everybody, and welcome to the Stable Team, and welcome to Friday Night Extra Time Show. Before I get into it, Titch sends his apologies, but he's unavailable for tonight's show. But don't worry, brother Titch, we've got it covered for you, and I'm sure Kieran will be along shortly as well. Big Mally says, "Good evening, all. Have a good one. Cheers, Big Mally. Thank you very much, our friend." Right, guys, let's get into it. I want to start with something a bit different. I want to talk a bit about Tottenham, if we can, and what's going on at Tottenham. You've heard about it, obviously. TD5, you keep your ear to the ground. They lost Conte a few days later. Paratici has been told that he can no longer do any business. He can no longer do his job worldwide by FIFA.
Yeah.
So they're in a bit of a mess, aren't they?
It's just Tottenham, isn't it? It's just Tottenham. Tottenham, they're just a banter club, aren't they, really? I mean, there's more chance of Wrexham winning the Premier League before them.
You know what gets me? They're still in a healthy position in fourth in table.
They are, but realistically, will they stay fourth? Probably not. And, with the squad that they've got, they should be at least fourth, really, if you think about it. Like, fourth should be the minimum, really. And, it's just gone wrong again, like it has all the time for Spurs. They were doing so well under Conte as well, especially at the end of last season. To get fourth above Arsenal was really impressive. But this season, when Conte doesn't get the players that he wants and he's falling out with the board, it's not going to go well.
So he tried desperately hard to get sacked for about a month, maybe a bit longer.
He did, 100%.
You know what I mean? And then he come up with it. He knew that he had to do that. You know that thing, what he come up with that press conference straight after Southampton game?
Yeah.
He did that. Then he packed his little bag, jumped on a plane, buggered off over to Italy for a holiday. He knew that he wasn't coming back. He knew he wasn't coming back. After that, there were no return for him. There were no point of return for him.
He basically said Tottenham's a banter club. That's what he said. He basically did. He said, "Oh well, this is Tottenham." I mean, he's not wrong. To be fair, he's not wrong, is he?
I mean, he even called all players selfish. Every player was selfish.
That's also true. The fact that the manager gets all the blame most of the time when things aren't going well, it's the players on the pitch as well. Like, they have to it's not the manager's fault if the players can't do their jobs properly. He had to go, obviously. There's no way he was going to stay. He wanted to go as well. But after that, it's just a mess. Like, they've got that what's his name?
Stellini.
Yeah, him in charge.
Well, apparently he's had a 2-year ban before.
Yeah. So he's had a ban.
Fixing.
So then they're gonna put Ryan. Are they gonna put Ryan Mason back in charge? They did that last time, didn't they? A few seasons ago, and that didn't go very well. That was so bad. They sacked Mourinho like a week before the Carabao Cup final.
6 days, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was because of that Super League, wasn't it? Because Mourinho called them out for doing it, and then Levy sacked him.
Here's one of our brothers. Now then, Kieran, how are we?
Oh, there you go, boys. How are we? Morning from here, anyway.
It's
TD5, Lou. How you doing?
I'm all right.
You all right?
Yeah.
What's new, mate?
Well, apart from all West Ham fan channel still talking about David Moyes, not much.
Yeah. Well, they've had not a lot else to talk about, have they, this week? So, same old story, isn't there? More leaks than that. And you started off with Tottenham, did you? That's good.
Well, I needed to cheer us all up, being at bottom, being bottom half at table. So I've spent most of the afternoon watching some Tottenham videos, and now they're all crying about everything.
Yeah, it's a weird situation when we talked about this last week. He basically gave in his resignation last week with that little rant of his, didn't he? So they've come to an agreement, and off he goes. But yeah, as poor as they've looked and as funny as they look, you know, you laugh at Spurs. They're still up there, aren't they? You know, and maybe this is the difference between levels of expectations with us, you know, like West Ham, Leeds, and Villa and Everton, and the expectations of the likes of Tottenham and Arsenal and Chelsea and that. You know, top four, you know, is not good enough for some of them, or they think it's not.
Well, Spurs, it should be good enough for Spurs. They don't win anything.
No, they don't, mate. But they come a lot closer than we have lately. So
Yeah.
I can't knock them too much. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when Pochettino was there, I mean, they got to a Champions League final. You know, they've had another final where they're in. Which one was that? League Cup final. They just can't get over the line. But you know, we'd be happy to as a club to get anywhere near that sort of level, wouldn't we? The Champions League. That's never happening for us. But it just shows you I think the levels of expectations. And maybe, you know, when you look at Conte's rant, he seemed to be doing it as a fan would rant, wouldn't he? Like this would be a fan's issues and problems, you know. He's a passionate guy, but he didn't seem to take a lot of responsibility himself. But there you go.
I agree. And Big Mally says, wouldn't be surprised if Spurs chased up and Victor Orta. Well, they're chasing after Arnie Slot now, Big Mally. They're chasing after Arnie Slot. One of managers, I think is it? Oh, I forgot. Nagelsmann has been urged to stay away from job, not to take it.
Being Nagelsmann at the moment, would you really want to go to Spurs? I know you're out of a job, but realistically, you're going to get another big job, bigger than Spurs. You'll get a bigger job than Spurs soon. Maybe PSG.
Well, he's still getting paid. He's still getting paid by Bayern Munich until he finds another job.
Really?
Yeah. He's still getting a wage.
Yeah, that's normally what happens. If they sack a manager, they don't pay him off straight away. They just keep paying his wages until he takes another job. When he takes another job, then that stops. I think that was the deal Pochettino was under when they got rid of him. So maybe that's the case again.
Inky says, I had Leeds, Stu, TD5 and Kieran. Hey up, Kieran, worried about tomorrow. I think we are all
absolutely, man. Aren't we all? We all back every game. And I'll be just as worried about the other 9-10 games afterwards. So this is like cup final day for the next 10 weeks, isn't it? You know, every game we want to win. Every game we need to win. You know, that's not going to change now for all of us down the bottom. Every game's going to be seen as a massive game. I mean, because when you are playing another team down there, that makes it all the more tougher, doesn't it? And all the more important. So, yeah, Southampton is massive at the moment.
Well, I've been keeping the ear to the ground with the West Ham YouTube fan base, and basically everyone's so shocked that the stories coming out of the club is that Moyes, the coaches don't even want to play for him. They don't enjoy it. The fans, the players don't want to play for him. They don't enjoy it. Why do you think Sullivan's been so stubborn and not listening to anybody?
I don't think he's being stubborn. I just don't think he's got a plan because he doesn't think far enough ahead, you know? You know, certain clubs like Brighton will think far enough ahead. What's after Potter? What's next? What have we got lined up? If he goes, who have we got? I think all good clubs should be doing that. You know, even Liverpool now should be looking beyond Klopp. Man City should be looking beyond Pep because eventually they leave. Managers leave, and you've got to be prepared. Man United, when they took on Moyes, that was only because Alex Ferguson wanted him there. You know, they didn't look for another guy. Ferguson already handpicked who he wanted to take over for him. It didn't work out. And West Ham haven't got that vision, will not look forward to that because they're just blind when it comes to that. They're not smart enough for that. You need real football people to have that vision. We haven't.
Agree. Amani's saying hello to everybody.
Hi, Amani.
Michael Brown's in chat. Hiya, Michael. Hope you're doing well, our friend. Hope you're doing well. Good evening, guys. Hermione says, I'm worried about the Hammers tomorrow. If they don't get a result, I can see the fans eventually going for the jugular if they don't. A lot of West Ham fans think that they'll be, if they don't get results tomorrow, they're as good as gone.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people believe. And if we're in that last 10 minutes and we're not winning or we're losing, my word, the toxicity will be coming through your telly. You know, it will be bad. And then it's hard. There's still lots of games to do it. You know what I mean? To me, it doesn't necessarily mean, my God, we could be bottom. And no, there's got to be a massive fallout from the fans, massively. West Ham are on the edge at the moment from going crazy, the fans. The Brighton game showed that, you know. So, yeah, it's not going to be good.
That's your table. 4 points separate West Ham from 18th to 12th. There's only 4 points. The 3 points. Sorry, 3 points. 3 points separated. One winning, you could find yourself 13th.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it takes, isn't it? And
yeah, it's trying to get that win, though, isn't it? It's trying to get that winning up, and other teams not getting points in and around you.
There's a massive chance that we go back into the relegation zone after tomorrow's games. But then after that, who do we play after that? Isn't it Forest and Palace or Forest and Forest and Palace, isn't it? So we got Forest. Both of them.
Yeah, I got Forest and Palace.
Yeah, so if we get wins in both of them, then we're right. Then we're back up to 13th, probably 12th, maybe. You know, so it can change just like that.
Yeah, this is
trying to get them wins in it. I mean, we were the only team last week to get a win out of the 12 teams down.
Yeah, Manny's made a good point there. The problem is not losing, but who you lose to. Yeah, if we go and lose to Arsenal tomorrow, okay, yeah, we've lost, but it's Arsenal. But if we lose to someone like Forest or Leicester or Everton, or, West Ham, Bournemouth, someone like that, then it's not good.
No.
Whatever happens with West Ham this season is Moyes will leave by mutual consent.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
Kieran, I've got a question. Would you take Vieira at West Ham?
At the moment, look, it's hard to. At the moment, I'd take Mr. Bean at West Ham rather than Moyes. So, I've got a wide span of people I bring in, but Vieira, maybe. If I was in the Championship, definitely. If we did get relegated, I would definitely have him in there. In the Premier League setup, he started off really well there at Palace.
Do you think,
there was a time everyone going, wow, this boy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I know.
And then they went on a horrendous run, didn't they?
I know they were winless in 2023, but they were still in 12th. But
yeah, very well. And he was being noticed, and he was getting a lot of praise, wasn't he, Vieira? Yeah. And all of a sudden, they weren't doing so well, and they got rid of him. I was surprised they did, to be honest. But yeah, could he be?
Do you think it's a bit of a backward step just to sack Vieira and then bring in Hodgson again?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they were supposed to be moving away. That was the plan.
As bad as it was, Vieira probably would save them anyway. I don't see Palace going down anyway, but he probably would have saved them anyway. But like I say, sometimes you've got to look at that, not had a win for so long. That they might be thinking, like a lot of clubs do, maybe just a change will make a difference, and it could be just that. But they're not getting Hodgson in for great football, are they? They're getting in to survive.
And let's be honest, it's worked for Leeds TD5, it's worked for Aston Villa, it's worked for Everton. So there is,
Yeah, but
there is
look at the managers who have come in
behind
for
it.
them. Look at the managers that have come in. Yeah, you can say Rodgers has been at Palace before. Yeah, he knows the environment, but he's seven. Will he have the tactics? Will he be able to keep Crystal Palace in the Premier League right now? A team that's low on confidence. They haven't won in a while. Will he be able to really lift that team up? Possibly. But I think they have a better chance staying up with Vieira than Hodgson. But that's just my opinion.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
they've got a better chance of staying up with Vieira, but I do think Hodgson will lift them because they all loved him. All the players.
Yeah, but it's not the same squad. It's not the same squad. There are still,
The majority of it is.
Yeah, but it's they were trying to get away from Hodgson, and now they've just gone back to him. They've just gone back to him. Like, what's the plan at Palace? What's the plan?
We can say the same, TD, can't we?
Yeah.
We got rid of Moyes for Pellegrini, and then had to go cap in hand back to him to get us out of trouble. It's a fickle game, isn't it? Especially the Premier League. I think Vieira would have kept him up anyway, and I think Hodgson will probably keep him up too. So I don't think it's going to change that much. They just might get that little bounce from Hodgson to make sure that they're going to stay up, earlier rather than later. That's it. But like I said, Vieira looked like he was doing good things there for a while. And when you look, I always look at a team that they've got on paper as well. I think they're a really good attacking side, Palace. A lot of good attacking players. I'm surprised that they're struggling to score goals, which they have been. There's a lot of goals in that team.
Maybe
Hodgson might just get them up and running.
Maybe the problem with Palace was when Zaha got injured, their game plan was relying too much on Zaha. So then they had to change their system to play without him, which maybe costed them.
But that's what Hodgson did pre-Vieira. His game plan was Zaha as well.
Exactly, that's the thing. That's why it's it's difficult to say, isn't it? Because we don't know whether he's going to do really well or whether it's just going to go bad. But
Big Mally says that the problem is not losing, but who you lose to.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I'll say you go and lose to Arsenal. That's no big deal, mate. You're not expected to win. We go and lose to Southampton. It's massive. Because it tells you they're probably one of the worst teams in the league, and if we can't beat them at home, then we're one of the worst teams in the league, aren't we? If we ain't already. But yeah, sooner or later, the teams around you, they're the teams you cannot lose to. And at the moment, we don't think a point's good enough. Your home games, you've got to be winning against teams around you. So, and like I said, Moyes pulls these sort of games out. We had to win against Forest, we did. We had to win against Everton. We did. We didn't quite manage it against Villa, but I still didn't lose to them, which was more Moyes' setup than anything else. Now, again, with Southampton, we cannot afford to lose, but we really do need that 3 points.
Well, your record, funny enough, your last 5 games and Southampton's last 5 games are identical. You've won. You've both lost 2 games. You've both drew 2 games, and you've won a game. You know what I mean? So there's not much between the 2 teams going in regarding form.
No,
it is also Declan Rice's last season at West Ham. Michael says, "Yeah, I believe so."
Of course, yeah. I think we all believe that. No, there's no surprises there. He'll be gone.
Company has been linked with Spurs.
I don't think he's going to leave Burnley to go to Spurs. I can't see that happening right now. With the state Spurs are in, I don't think he's going to leave that fly high in Championship team to go to Spurs.
Well, they're going to be in Premier League next season as well, aren't they? So
yeah, I think it'd be a silly move just to go like that.
What about that man, Kieran? You know more about this player than I do. Michael Carrick has been talked about being as West Ham manager.
Only because he's doing so well. Is he at West Brom? And
Middlesbrough.
Is it? Middlesbrough. Sorry, Middlesbrough. He's doing so well at Middlesbrough. People look at him because he's an ex-West Ham academy player that came through with the likes of Defoe and Lampard and Cole. But he was part of the setup with Solskjaer and others at Man United when they were disastrous.
Yeah, but maybe he was only the assistant manager. Maybe he didn't have a massive say in that. Maybe
Yeah,
now
you
Middlesbrough.
you can't tar him with that
I mean,
brush completely.
I can't say for definite because obviously I don't know. I wasn't in the Man United setup, was I? So I don't know, but I'm just guessing. Maybe
But
obviously he's got more as a say as a manager than an assistant manager. But
yeah,
you know, maybe
yeah, no, you're right. No, and plus it's the Championship. But if you look at that, then Lampard done well in the Championship. You know, he didn't
but
work out.
look at what
Gerrard,
Lampard had in the champ. Look at what Lampard had in the Championship. He bought in all those loans, didn't he?
yeah,
To Derby
and he
County.
didn't get promoted. And then
Yeah,
he done well with
Middlesbrough.
the kids. He done well with the kids at Chelsea,
Yeah,
right, for a while.
he
But
took,
But when they were failing, when they got rid of him, Tuchel came in and took them same players and won a Champions League.
Yeah.
You know, and then he went to. I thought it was crazy for Everton to appoint him. I thought that was crazy. He doesn't have that pedigree yet. He could be a good manager in years to come. Who knows? And the same could be said for Carrick. He's doing really well with a Championship side. Does that make him a Premier League manager? Who knows? Because every appointment like that's a big risk. The only thing, he suits West Ham to be an ex-old West Ham player. And I think he was a great player, Carrick. I mean, he's one of the really underrated players in the Premier League over years. I thought he was so good at Tottenham. He was so good at Man United. And it went under the radar, a lot of the stuff he did. So I think he was a great player. And he could be the answer. It's just talk, isn't it? I don't believe he's leaving Middlesbrough because he's doing so well. So he's got every chance he could get him promoted.
Michael Brown says that Leeds are rumoured to be interested in Patrick Vieira if Xavi leaves at the end of the season. I don't see Big Mally don't see Hodgson saving Palace.
I don't either. I don't. I just think it's. I know he's managing in from a few seasons ago, but that's why they got rid of him because they wanted fresh ideas, and now they've gone back to the same old ideas. And look at the quality of the Premier League now. How is tactics going to work?
It's like Moyes' tactics. Moyes' tactics in Premier League worked for 2 seasons.
Yeah, but that was with so many. But look at their players were really confident then, weren't they? Look at Palace now. Look at them. The players on the floor. They haven't won. They haven't won a game.
That's why they've made a change.
Exactly, but it's going back to the same thing that they had before, and it's just it's a bit stupid for me because you're supposed to be moving away and you just gone back to the old thing, and I can't see Palace. I know we'd only be till the end of the season, even if we kept him up, okay. But
yeah,
it's just stupidity. Like, why sack Vieira and go and get Hodgson when you know Vieira can take you forward? Because I think Vieira would have kept Palace up. He can still take you forward with Hodgson. He ain't taking you anywhere.
But you've got to look at it from Crystal. You've got to look at it from Crystal Palace's owner's point of view. They haven't won a game this year.
It's lazy though. It's lazy. Yeah, okay, sack him if you're doing good.
Lazy. They panicked.
Yeah, they panicked, and it is lazy. Just go and get the manager that you had before. Not go and try and get someone else.
Yeah, but the reason why they did that CD5 is because you're saying that the whole team changed. It hasn't been the whole team. He still knows about 70% of them that team. Now, who's our chairman? Steve Parish, is it, or something? Something like and he'll be worried. Remember, a football club's worth billions of pounds. The football club in Championship is worth millions of pounds. There's a big difference in, the chairman's the one who puts all the money in, and the one who's at risk of losing it all. And if he's not willing, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But I can understand why they have changed. Definitely.
No, I can understand why they've changed, but I think it's stupid to just go back to Hodgson.
Yeah, well, I agree. But in that the Crystal Palace's chairman's mind. He thought he thinks he's doing right thing. Only time will tell if it's the right thing. Or
I
not
mean,
come
if they stay up, then ultimately it's been the right decision, hasn't it? But
Wait, I suppose as an owner, what you don't want is to, if you have to get rid of Vieira, say, you don't want to have to sign a manager for the next 3 years and you're not sure about it. Because you're going to go same road. So what they've done is, for the quick fix, they know they've got Hodgson for the rest of the season. And if they can't get the manager they want yet, maybe they will be able to, in the summer. And I think that's why they might look at it. They don't have to commit to a manager yet. Let's not panic. But and like at all clubs, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, guys, do we? With Vieira and that, he might have had a big bust up with them. They might have asked him, what's going on, and he said it's nothing to do with you. It could have been anything. And they said, look at the results, though. The results. It's a results-driven business, and some of the best managers in the world have been sacked because of results.
That's
what
very true.
happened.
I'll catch up with you some of these comments, guys. Right, Leeds are rumoured to be signing every player in the world, every manager in his stock, also to be selling all of our players to 495 clubs at the same time. Lazy journalism creating a nothing story. Well, it's because we've had not to talk about during international break. I mean, I've seen some stories on Leeds Live, which from interviews about 2-3 weeks ago. It's crazy. I would have kept Vieira rather than going for Hodgson, definitely in K. I would have done. I think they just panicked. I agree, Mally. They should have stuck with Patrick. They have the easiest running of the bottom 9 clubs. That's another good point as well, isn't it? Because they've got the easiest running. So they've played some of the hardest teams already twice. Company would be attracted by European nights if they make it.
I don't know, though, because you've taken this Burnley squad who've just got relegated, turned them in complete opposite than they were last season. A defensive team for so many years now, this really good attacking team. And then he's just going to leave them like that to go to a Spurs side that are shocking. Like
even their fans are saying that Daniel Levy guy, whoever he is, he's involved in everything. He's involved in team selection. He's involved in what they eat and what It's really bad. It's really bad to work under. Is that Daniel Levy? No one can work under him. Nobody. And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, look at the stink he kicked up about Kane wanting to leave Tottenham when Man City was sniffing around him.
He stopped it.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I would keep Javi Gracia no matter what happens at the end of the season.
I don't think he'd stay, even if we wanted to keep him. I don't know if he'd want to stay if we got relegated. I don't know if he'd want to manage in the Championship.
I agree. That's why we've been lucky to get a manager till end of the season. I think if West Ham, if Rafael Benitez agreed to doing a job till the end of the season, they would have got him in ages ago, wouldn't they, Kieran? It's because
there's every chance they would have done, but I'm glad they didn't, to be honest. Even though I don't want Moyes there, and I've been trying to get rid of him for months, but Rafa Benitez to me would be, for us, in my mind, a step backwards as well, because he might actually get you results, but he's no more entertaining than Moyes. I want to see entertaining football. That's my be all and end all. It's not always about winning every game. It's about enjoying what I'm watching. So I don't think he'd achieve that for me. There you go.
Wally World, good evening. Checking in just to say hello. Cooking some barbecue now. Hi, Wally. I had a millionaire's tea tonight. Fish and chips. £19.60 for fish and chips.
Where? What? Jesus.
What, for just one? For just one fish and chip?
£19 for a bit of fish and chips.
A fish and chips here costs £7 something, which is still
like in Bradford and all, and we don't even live near sea.
Yeah, £7 something is still a bit overpriced, I think, for some fish and chips. But
where's that Harmony? She must be up the West End, I reckon. Must be a good fish and chip shop up the West End.
Shocking Harmony. It was at least that it was less than £1 when I lived there in the 70s.
Yeah. What was it when you lived there in the 50s, Wally?
2 and 6pence or something. Harmony, Harmony was to fish 6 foot.
Yeah. What was it, man? Jesus Christ.
And she had a big win on England game. She won £600, so she thought she'd treat herself to some fish and chips.
Really?
Yeah. 60p in my time, Wally. Big Molly says, Inky, no, but she got £8 of chips. Everyone laughing at her. It was the last portion kept out for tomorrow. God, if I paid that much for fish and chips, I'd be making kids. I'd be making the last Lee Monday to bloody Sunday.
It's great, yeah.
20 quid for fish and chips. Oh my God, this country, man.
I know. Where's it going? Where's it going? But there is, to be fair, that's to make up for all bloody fishing wars they have in bloody with French, innit? You know what I mean? French and English fishermen fighting away with each other. They have to pay for all the boats somewhere, don't they? Fish and chips and a beef burger in batter cost £9.06. Big winner, Marnie. Yeah, she does well with her best as the Marnie. She does well. What we're going to talk about? Right. So, are we looking at something deep? Right. I'm going to go. Right. I'm glad you're all with me. Right. I'm going to go through these. I'm going to go through these teams, and I want you to give me who you think's going to win for the at the bottom 9 clubs. So I've got my pad and paper. Well, I did have my pad. There it is. Right. Got my pad. No, that's my laptop page. Right, got my pen. Right. So we've got Arsenal v Leeds. Kieran, which way are you calling it?
2-0 to Arsenal.
What about you? CD5.
3-0 to Arsenal.
2-0. Kieran, CD5 says 3-0 to the Arsenal. Lee, what about you? I know what you're going to say, but go on. What you're going to say, Lee?
5-0
2
to Leeds.
Wait.
3-0 to Leeds. Did you go, Lee?
Lee
5.
went 5-0.
5-0.
Oh, Lee. Okay,
I said to him, we did a preview on Leeds View with this afternoon. I says, you do know it's going to be a closer game, Lee, don't you? But if Leeds get a result against Arsenal, he went, yeah, Dad, 5-0. Normally he says 4. Let me further away, I'm closer. Right, so everybody else, what score are you all going for in chat? Leeds, Mally's going 2-1 Leeds.
Love the positivity, but I can't see it.
I tell you,
3-1 Arsenal. I had a big debate with Amani because I hate that one word in Premier League terms. Free it. I don't like it. I don't like that word. Like that word.
What word?
Free it.
Free it.
Yeah,
free hit.
People are saying that.
Sorry.
People are.
Yeah.
Saying that the Leeds and the Arsenal Leeds games are free hit.
No, I wouldn't say it's a free hit, but it's not one you're expected to win.
Yeah,
But
it's not one
I've probably contradicted myself with that scoreline, right? That's why I think, if I just looked at these two teams, Arsenal should win that 2-0 comfortable, right? But and I did say last week that I think there's a bad day in Arsenal coming, and they've had a couple of wobbles lately, and like Bournemouth were unlucky not to get that point off them. And that could be tomorrow or whenever you play. That could be it. This could be the one where, because Leeds, and they can get at you. They can score goals. So, you never know. I wouldn't put it past Leeds getting a result in this. I don't expect them to, but if they got a draw out of this, it would not surprise me.
I want to meet Lee Steeler. Sounds like he sounds good stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, it's all that bloody sweets he hides away upstairs without me knowing. No such thing as a free hit in the Prem. Every game counts. Right, so next game on list is what affects us. Bournemouth versus Fulham. Bear in mind, Fulham have got no William, no Mitrovic, and no Silver in dugout.
Yeah. I tell you what, I think Bournemouth have beaten 1-0.
What about you? What about you?
I hope not.
I think Fulham will scrape past Bournemouth. 1-0 to Fulham.
You're right, mate. I really do, because we
So
all
do I.
need that result. We all need that result. The league, Bournemouth v Fulham.
Probably 3-0 to Fulham.
Whee!
I can live with that as well, Lee. Mali's going 2-0 to Fulham. Amani's going 2-2. Amani. Inky's going Fulham win. Next team on the list is right. Brighton and Brentford don't concern us. Still, that's got 2 over it and all over it. Crystal Palace versus Leicester.
Cool.
Some really good, some really big games this week.
Isn't there? There's some real crunch games in there down the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give old Grandad Hodgson, I'll give him a win to start off. So I'm going to go Palace 2, Leicester 0.
GD5.
Boring game, 0-0.
Lee.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace v Leicester.
Probably Palace win.
Go.
Probably 3-0 to Palace.
You love that free, you don't you? Big Mally's gone 2-0. Sorry, next 1-0 Leicester.
Harmony's gone 0-0.
0-0. And who's right? So that's that one done. Right, Nottingham Forest versus
Inky
Wolves.
Inky put Leicester win, by the way.
Leicester win. So Mally, Hermione, Inky's gone Leicester.
Yeah.
Next game is Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. Ouch. Difficult.
Forest at home.
Forest are at home, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'll give a 1-1 draw.
That's so it's giving it's a draw, and that's Palace. No, sorry, Forest. League. Sorry, TD5, mate. What are you going to say?
2-1 to Wolves.
Lee.
Probably 2-0.
2-2.
Should be good. Could be.
Chat. Mally saying 2-1. Forest. Amani's saying 2-0. Forest. And Inky's saying 2-2 likely. Right, so now we go on to obviously the this is going to cause a bit of splitting camp. West Ham versus Southampton on Sunday.
We're going to beat them 2-0. No problem. Doddle. It'll be a doddle. Absolutely smash it. Oh, God.
35.
I want to say West Ham are going to win, but you know they did get that draw against Tottenham. You know, equalising in the last minute. I think they'll have confidence from that. But I think it's a really difficult one. I think West Ham will just get it over the line. 1-0. 1-0 West Ham.
Lee?
Now you put me in the spot now.
I have, mate.
I'll go for probably 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah.
3-3. So
Cool.
2-3 draws for Southampton in a row. That'd be.
Gosh, that would be a big score. Mally's gone. Inky's gone 2-0.
No, he's not. That was for the Wolves Forest game. He's put 2-0 West Ham.
Inky, right? So 2-1 West Ham. Hermani, Big Mally's gone
1-1.
1-0. And Hermani's gone Southampton 2-1 win.
Oh, yeah,
I wouldn't be
very.
so- I
Thanks,
wouldn't be
Hermione
shocked.
and Mary, eh?
I
You're
wouldn't be
relegating
shocked.
us. What are they doing? They're relegating us. Stop it.
I wouldn't
Are
be
they trying to
shocked.
wind me up, Stu?
Yeah, probably, mate. And then we finish with Monday Night Football: Everton versus Spurs. Managerless, sporting directorless, and pointless.
I still think Spurs will go there and beat them. And I hope they do. I really hope they do.
Yeah,
Might not be easy, though. Be close. I think it'll be tight. But I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs.
CD5.
I want to say Spurs win, but I just can't see. You know, Sean Dyche's men, they're set up really well.
Yeah, they do.
I think Everton are going to win this one. Honestly, I think they're going to win 1-0. 1-0 to Everton.
No. They do well at Everton, don't they? Let's be honest, they do well at home.
Let's not forget they beat
Lee.
Arsenal, didn't they? And that's what Kieran was talking about. They do have some bad days to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
this
Lee.
could be it.
Yeah.
Everton versus Tottenham.
Honestly, I go 3-0 to Tottenham.
3-0 to Tottenham. That'll do us all.
Yeah, we'd all like that result.
And then that's in chat. We've got Inky with a 3-0 Spurs win. Hermione 3-0 Spurs win. I think we'd all accept this. Hermione says 3-0 to Spurs. And Big Molly says 2-0 to Spurs. I think there'll be a bit of a bounce. Have you heard what Fellaini's having them done on training ground today? Spurs fans, the Spurs players. Do you know what they've been doing today? This is, and I'm not winding you up, and I'm not lying here. Do you know what he's been doing? Having them doing training. YMCA, son.
Nice. What, they're going to do a dance before they start?
Apparently they were saying that Conte's training regime, it was too strict. It was too hard. So he's had them play YMCA today.
Who took over? Temporarily or whatever it is.
Bellini and Ryan Mason.
Oh, right. Yep. Okay. Well, who knows? It might work. They might dance their way to victory, aren't they? Are they going to dress up as a copper and an Indian with a? What are they just like YMCA, are they?
They're just losing like 3-0. They're like, boys, it's time to do it. They just start doing the YMCA on the pitch.
Might be a celebration at the game after winning. They might go to fans and say, "Look what we've been doing in training."
Well, it's worked. It's worked.
Yeah.
Everyone will be doing it soon. If they win 6-0, everyone will be doing it next week.
Yeah. If they win 6-0, we'll come on show after game and do YMCA, all of us. We'll all do a YMCA.
They were in the training today to lighten up the mood. It was YMCA.
Probably next week could be Agadoo, couldn't it?
Agadoo.
Push pineapple. Yeah, I can see it catching on.
All round in a circle. I shouldn't laugh, but it's true. That is true, honestly.
No, if it just might just lighten the mood, and maybe that's what he's trying to achieve. You know, who knows?
The only person not giving predictions is Stu. Well, I didn't want. Yeah, well, right. Arsenal. I think Arsenal will win. I think Arsenal will win 3-0. Bournemouth versus Fulham. I think it's going to be. I think that's going to be a draw. 1-1. Who else? Crystal Palace. God, I've got to go back to my things now. Crystal Palace versus Leicester. I'm going to go 1-0 for that game. Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. Nottingham Forest are at home. I'm going to give Nottingham Forest a 2-1 win. And West Ham v Southampton. Do you know something? He's got a knack of winning games when he needs to win them. When it's must win, he's got a knack of doing it. I'm going to say 2-1 to West Ham. I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham.
And you got Everton and Tottenham next side.
Everton versus Tottenham. Do you know something? I'm going to go 1-0. Because Everton are difficult to break down. And no doubt Kane will get on goal scoring sheet. It's what he does, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's my scores given.
Yeah. There you go.
Maybe because they are going bust and becoming homeless. Speaking about homeless, I didn't tell you what happened. I got a phone call Thursday night from my father. And in his apartment where he lives, the fire brigade have been going in and out all week. They put a letter through his letterbox saying you've got to be out by 6 o'clock in the morning. You've been evicted for health and safety reasons. So my dad were homeless technically for 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah, Big Phil were homeless.
What's he trying to do?
He's staying at his sister's for now.
Right. Was it a council building or a private building?
Private apartments in town centre. Anyway, he went to local council, and he didn't help himself really, because he says if you put me in an S-hole, you can stick it before they even offered him something. So he didn't help himself. I told him not to do it, but he did. So he ended up having to go live with his sister for a couple of days until the new apartment's available. So yeah, that was funny. That was funny when he told me. I couldn't help but laugh at him.
My dad's been kicked out of his house, and he said, "Look, it's funny, brilliant."
The relationship.
Lee, Did you laugh when you heard your granddad had been kicked out of his house?
No?
He's a bit strange, old Stu. Look, he's fucking delighted.
Yeah, do you know something? Oh, but do you know something? When I used to drink, when I went on beer with my dad, I used to drink with my dad all the time, and I were in hospital with pneumonia. First thing he brought me in 4 cans of Carling.
That was, I remember them days.
Yeah, he brought me 4 cans of Carling into hospital. He snuggled them in the back. He said, "Yeah, have them for later." If Antonio Conte's trading regime was too strict, why would the Spurs players,
Yeah.
what would the Spurs players make a Bielsa? God, he'd kill them. He'd kill them all.
Yeah.
Why do you think he had been snapped up, by the way, Bielsa, TD5?
He's going to Uruguay, isn't he? I think.
What the country to do country football?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's I think he's in talks with your guy as well, Bielsa.
See, I'm surprised no struggling club went in for him.
Yeah, but that he needs a pre-season, doesn't he? That's the problem.
You know, like Tottenham or something could have, Tottenham could have, arranged it where he took over in end of season, because they're not going to get relegated or out, are they? And he brings the youth through, which Tottenham fans want.
Well, like you say, though, but if Conte was too hard for them players, and I think that's half the problem that was there, that Conte wanted his way, do this, do that, and you can tell by his comments, Conte, he alluded to the players, they weren't up for it. They couldn't handle it. And I think he's talking about the senior players like Kane and so on. All right, no, they didn't want that. They didn't want this big, hard regime of really training hard and believing what he was telling them. So I think Bielsa would be exactly the same. I think Bielsa, for him, if he really wanted to stay in the game, it'd just be take over another championship club and do the same what he did with Leeds, bring them up, prove that what he can do as a coach, which everyone, all the top coaches believe he can.
He was a really good coach. The problem with him was he didn't. He wouldn't change any. He won't change his methods or anything.
No, he wouldn't. No, he'd stick with everything. What he believed in, that's the only way he was going to go. And it works, for a while, and then it didn't. And I think we've got the same, in a different way, with Moyes. He believes in what he's doing, that, you defend at all costs. And, of course, then you suffer in your attacking display. Now, when it's working, and we were counter-attacking, it was working well. We were getting results, but now it's not. And Moyes refuses to change what he believes in.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a manager thing or whatever, but I guess what you've got to think about is that system worked for Moyes for 2 years. You got into Europe twice on bounce, and he probably thought that was going to work again.
Yeah, well, you got to admit, we left it to bring players in, and then we brought them in all in one hit as well, and then it's going to shit. Plus, like any team, they watch you and maybe work you out after a while. See what your strengths are, and they've definitely done that with West Ham, and they've nullified us when we go and play teams. His tactics aren't working anymore. So, but I don't think he's got the ability to change it.
I kind of agree with you, Kieran. I really do, because that's why they live and die by the sword, I guess.
Yeah.
Inky says Bielsa would be good for anyone in the Premier League. B and I for Norsky says we have to work hard. We have to work for our pay. The Spurs players should remember that.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be any Spurs player in that team who went on less than $100,000 a week.
No. Maybe like the younger players.
Yeah, but you know, from the first team, the
Yeah, but like
players
the
who
younger
play.
players in the first team, like someone like Oliver Skip, someone like that.
And yeah, and that what's it called? Apparently, he's supposed to be next best thing, next big thing. Sa, Papa,
Oh
Papa
yeah,
Sa.
yeah, him. Yeah.
Apparently, he's supposed to be next big thing. What's going to come out from him? Amani says that too many prima donnas. I get annoyed at millionaire players sitting on the bench laughing and joking. They should be eager to be on the pitch and looking at what they can change when they get on. I agree, Amani. I do, really do. The problem is, you've banged on about this for a year, for as long as I've known you, Kieran. You've banged on about this. They get paid too much. It should have been capped a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah, it should have been, man. I think players of this day just they lose touch with the people watching it in the stands.
Now, if
Because
you're
they're-
gonna play football as a job, you should be playing it for the passion that you have, and
Yeah.
you shouldn't just be sitting there on the bench, as Amani says, just laughing and being happy to sit on the bench and earn money. Because that's not why you became a professional footballer, is it? Really, you became because you love the sport, so you want to
win.
playing.
You want to win things.
Yeah.
The winners aren't like footballers are supposed to be winners. They want to win games. They want to win trophies. They want to win top credentials. But some of them are happy just to steal a living.
I
Unfortunately,
see not even very some not even very good footballers playing the Premier League on $100,000 a week.
That's right, mate. You can be a very average player and end up being a millionaire after 2 seasons. You know, it doesn't make sense to me. You know, it never
And then
has.
people work hard all their lives just to and they'll earn nothing that a footballer earns in 2 seasons, when the person that's earned way less has done, quadruple the amount of work.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like that. Somerville, he's been done any for speeding. He got done in Bradford, so we were in local Telegraph and Argos. He got fined. He did it with 30 mile an hour over the speed limit, and he got fined to like 700 quid. What's that to a Premier League footballer?
Who got fined?
Somerville.
Somerville.
They were driving his Mercedes.
700 quid is nothing. Have you seen Brandon Williams has been taking some balloons outside Old Trafford?
Is it?
Yeah. There's a video of Brendan. Brendan Williams, Man United.
Yeah, he plays. Yeah.
Yeah. He was taking some balloons, having some balloons in his car outside Old Trafford, and apparently he's going to get fined. But it won't be. It might be a lot to us, but it's not going to be a lot to a footballer.
No, they should be punished. I mean, they should be punished. Definitely. Like Kiko, everyone called him a Champions League winner. He was on the bench. He was on the bench once in the competition.
I think he played when they won the Champions League in 2018. I think he played one game in the group stage against Spurs, and I think he conceded like 3 goals. And so, he didn't really do much, did he, to help him win it?
Mad. Absolute mad.
I don't want to speak about Casilla because he is. I'm better. I'm a better goalkeeper. So, yeah. Stu, you're a better goalkeeper. We're all better goalkeepers.
So, Kieran, I want to finish up with you, mate. What happens if West Ham lose tomorrow? What do you think happens to Moyes?
You know, any other team, you'd think that'll be it. He'll be sacked. But I think they should have sacked him months ago. You know, if they'd had any, foresight, and they don't. And I just don't know. To me, we're in serious peril if we lose tomorrow. Serious peril. You know, the fan base will explode. Every West Ham YouTube channel, as you know, Stu, they'll all be on it. They'll all be going crazy about this has gone on too long. You know, we can't keep losing. We can't stay down there with the players we've got, the team we've got, and it isn't the fans blaming the players so much, because when you watch the players, I still believe the effort's there.
Yeah.
The quality's not there, but the effort hasn't stopped. It's not like they're not trying. They are trying. But they all seem to be hamstrung by Moyes. And he's the common denominator at the moment why things aren't going well. And the board can't see that, or they refuse to see it, and they want to hang on and stick with him to the end of the season. Will it push him over tomorrow if we lose? Maybe. I don't know. Or Sunday. I really don't know. I think most clubs would. Most clubs would. You say it's a shock to get rid of Vieira, but they looked at their results and went, we just can't keep doing this. And bang, he's gone. And like I say, most fans from the outside looking into Palace will say that's a silly move. You should have kept him. But the board have made a decision. Like when Leeds got rid of Bielsa, that was a tough decision. You had all the fans on board with Bielsa. They hadn't turned against him. You've got the fans at Nottingham Forest now have not turned against their manager, regardless of the position they're in. At West Ham, they have. And that should put pressure on the board when the results ain't going well. But for them, it doesn't seem to bother them. They want to stick with it for whatever reason. And I don't believe it's just paying him out, because it's only going to cost about 5-6 million. I mean, that's peanuts compared to getting relegated, isn't it? If that's so, I don't know. I just don't think they've got the foresight to bring anyone in to get us out of trouble. So they believe Moyes can do it. Will they sack him? Who knows? Who knows?
That must be so bloody demoralising for fans.
Knowing
that he shouldn't be there, knowing that the players don't want him there, the coaches don't want him there. Every man in his dog don't want him there, but the ones who seem to matter do. They must know. They must right. I don't care what anybody says. Right, they'll have somebody at that club who monitors channels like Hammers Chat, West Ham Fan TV. The big channels. They'll have somebody working in social media who monitors what the fans are saying. They must hear all this Moyes out sort of thing, and people put in logical reasons why they want rid of him. They're not just saying it; they're backing it up with stats, facts, and in a calm manner. But they just don't seem to be listened to. It's like it's gone on deaf ears, and it's really, really annoying. Amani says, if the players stick with Moyes, if the players stick to Moyes' plan, he hooks them off and then drops them. They cannot express their own game.
Yeah, I think so. I think the players, the creative players in West Ham, are hamstrung at the moment, and unless he changes, which he's not showing any signs of it, it's going to continue. But I still believe, games like this, Southampton, will get over the line, and that'll keep him there. But if we don't, well, we're in serious trouble.
And a draw's no good to you, really, is it? Not in the position you're in.
Yeah.
It's too late for the Hammers to sack Moyes now. They should have made their move earlier. They must hope for the best now.
We're starting to believe that now. It's too late, because where we're going. We're starting to believe that, Jesus Christ, is it too late to get rid of him? Because, but a win against Southampton will appease everyone for a while. It won't appease the fans at the end of the season, because I still believe 90% of them want him gone, regardless whether we stay up or go down. Because they're a bit fed up of watching what we're watching.
I mean, if the rumours are to believe, everyone's saying that Moyes will be gone at the end of the season no matter what happens anyway.
Yeah, there's other rumours saying he's going to keep him for the championship. So I wouldn't believe that. I wouldn't believe any rumours at the moment. But I trust my eyes what I see on the pitch, and it's not good. And But when you hear the stories, that the coaching staff ain't happy and certain players aren't happy, and they're pretty well founded. These rumours, they're not all just pie in the sky. There is definitely disharmony there. But the only saving grace we've got is I don't believe the players have given up yet on the pitch. I'm hoping that's the case anyway.
Right, well, before we start wrapping up, I'm going to quickly go around the house. Hang on a minute. There's a comment here. This is a Leeds fan as well, is this, Kieran? The Hammers have more than enough to stay in the division.
Yeah, I think we have. But, we've been relegated before when that was said. We had a team too good to go down. Forget what year it was, but we had Carrick, we had Lampard, we had Cole, we had Rio Ferdinand. We had unbelievable team, and we got, I think, 42 points, and we got relegated. So it can happen. What you got to look at this year is, if anyone hits 40 points, they're safe. I reckon it's going to be about 35, 36 points that'll save you. So it's achievable because there's enough games to get there.
I agree. TD5 says it's no good sacking Moyes now unless there is someone ready to hit the ground running. They can't afford to do a league.
Yeah. The only way you'd get rid of Moyes, I think, Stu, is you wouldn't bring anyone in. You'd rely on Nolan, maybe Noble with him, and the coaching staff that are there. That's what you'd have to do. I don't think you would bring anyone in now. I think it is too late for that. I think we'd stay in house. But I don't think the board will do that.
But just removing Moyes from that situation would give them players a big lift. It really would.
I think it would. If you believe all that's been said, Stu, if they're not happy with the training and everything that's going, the tactics, and then it would be like having a new manager if Nolan thinks that way as well, and he changed it. I mean, you could get a good bounce from it, but it is a Hail Mary pass, isn't it? That's the thing. It does smell of desperation.
It does. It does, mate. Well, look, all we can do is see what comes. What time do you kick off, Kieran? 2 o'clock. So see what comes 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Is it 2 o'clock kickoff, West Ham?
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
That's 11 o'clock for me. Because your clocks have changed now, Stu. I'm 9 hours in front of you, Dick, now, instead of 10.
Right. No, going to be 40 plus points this season, to be safe, I believe. So many teams.
No.
And lots of crazy scorelines.
Yeah, I think, and as you said, I think if you can get to 36 points, I'd start to feel a bit safe around there. I think it's going to be low.
The Hammers are said to be lining up slot for next season. It's been linked with everybody. Leeds, Tottenham, West Ham.
Who's Slot? Don't even know him.
Arne Slot is the Feyenoord manager. They're going to be the first club in Holland to break the Ajax title winning season.
Oh, right.
Because they're going to be able to win. There's so many points clear now at top of Holland, an easy league or whatever it's called. Yeah, they're flying high.
Right, and maybe that's a reflection of Ten Hag leaving Ajax.
Possibly.
Yeah, because there was the Ajax manager that we were going to hire, wasn't he? He was at the Man United or Leeds game at Old Trafford, wasn't he? And then all the Leeds fans saw it and were like, forget his name, what's his name? And then none of us wanted him. He was going to become our new manager, and then all the fans were like, no, we don't want him. Because he literally ruined Ajax. What's his name?
Yeah, within a matter of 4 months, the players come out and say they don't recognise Ajax anymore.
What was his name? Oh.
I can't remember his name, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Marsh is free, Kieran.
Yeah, I don't think we're going down that road. Yeah.
Well, apparently he's come out and says that he loved his time at Leeds. He he has it in high regard that he kept Leeds United up, and he's gonna make his decision with a clear head, sort of thing. He's gonna take his time to make the decision of where he goes next. Anyway, look, guys, I think we'll start wrapping up there, shall we?
Yeah.
Lee, have you got what you want to say before we go?
No.
Malik here, and have you got what you want to say, my brother, before we go?
No, my brother. We'll see how the weekend pans out, boys. There could be some strange results. We all make predictions; they never come true. But I'm hoping West Ham will win this weekend. I'd love to see Leeds get a point against Arsenal. You know, even though we're both battling to stay up, I want Leeds and West Ham to stay up. So I hope Leeds get a point against Arsenal, and just hope for the best, mate. I hope I'm not sitting here really miserable Sunday night going, "Wow, what was that?" Because it's starting to get annoying now, and it's getting. You know, I don't want that game to be hard to watch. I'd love to see a game where we took it to them and absolutely, you know, we don't look in danger. I want a stress-free game to watch where we go right and win 2 or 3-0. That would be nice. That's my hope for the weekend.
Amanda says it's going to be a crazy game week. Bandy's gone 2-0 Leeds United over Arsenal, and Big Manager will speak about it on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have some sad faces here Monday or not. We don't know. And it's not just our results either, is it? It's all them other results, you know, as you read out. My God, every one of them affects us, them results. So it's quite a big weekend, isn't it, in the Premier League?
I'm going to take a screenshot of this table from 12th down now, and then on Monday how it changes, how it looks Monday, and how much it changes. Should be interesting. Well, look, guys, thank you very much for watching this edition of Disabled Team. There's only one thing left to say. It's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Take care. Good night, everybody.
All the best.